Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another discussion video, and today we have yet another multiplayer video for all you boys out there who play multiplayer. Haven't been showing you as much love as I should, and I am here to show it. But we went over a similar thread to this one. You'll probably see it probably the day before, maybe 2 days before, depending on how I format all these videos. But what's it called? This one is talking about pretty much more stuff that the devs are thinking about, kind of what they have in mind in terms of changes and overall future content for, multiplayer in general. As you can see, it's called 1.5.7 and beyond. And why it's not called 1.5.8, if you guys are kind of confused, since this was released whenever 1.5.8 beta came out, is because multiplayer is always on the live patch, and the live patch currently and the live patch whenever 1.5.8 came out was the 1.5.7 patch. But yeah, before we went over, I'll just go back real quick just to show you guys what thread we went over. This thread right over here, and obviously they talk about some big features coming up. Obviously dual mode that we saw in the development blog, in-game voice chat, a rank system, customization, a lot of good stuff. A level progression system, just very good stuff in my opinion, right? And other various changes, right? So this was released about, I want to say, what was it, 10 days, 8 days before? About 8 days before that thread. And it just goes more in depth, kind of more on the unit side, and also, as you can see, crossbows, like weapons side and stuff like that, and just their overall thoughts, right? So we're going to read it, we're going to see what we can get from it, and we're going to go from there. Alrighty, so starting, and like always, I'm going to link this down below for you guys to check out if you guys want to. But alright, so he starts off, "Hi all, as you all know, 1.5.7 is out. Even though it solves many problems, we want to solve some issues still remain. Want to solve some issues still remain, and I wanted to go over some of them." Okay, so these are kind of issues that are, happening currently, and they do wish to obviously fix in the future. All right, so first one being crossbows. Crossbows are going to have further changes. The confirmed ones are increasing in accuracy when jumping and increasing in accuracy when making a sharp turn, which involves the feet to reposition. Okay, so right now, because they have talked about this in this thread as well, where crossbows are very, very accurate, and obviously they do need some nerfs. And so some confirmed changes is that there will be an increase to an accuracy whenever you're jumping, so you can't do any like jump shots, stuff like that. And also when you make a turn that makes the feet reposition, which doesn't have to be a big turn at all. It could even be just like a little turn. Your feet will reposition on your character, so not bad. I think this is a good change. And then he says, the remaining problems we want to fix are crossbows being too effective at very close range and being able to switch between weapons and getting ready to fire too fast. There are multiple ways we are discussing to handle these issues, and they will be taken care of in an immediate patch. Also very soon, so 1.5.9 maybe, or 1.5.10, since we know that is the next patch to come. Not the next patch, but the patch after 1.5.9 is going to be 1.5.10. I thought it was going to be 1.6, but we're really going deep into the 1.5s here. But what's it called? What do I want to say? I actually have not seen this. Maybe that is what a lot of people are doing right now in the meta in terms of multiplayer. I only played multiplayer for a little bit, so I don't have a huge grasp on everything that's going on at this current moment. But I know that I didn't see any crossbows being switched at close range. But it makes sense if you have like a class that can get up and close and then just quickly switch to the crossbow and quickly shoot somebody. That probably is very, very OP, and that probably should be kind of like, not a cooldown, but it should kind of take some time to kind of ready the crossbow up as soon as you do a quick switch. I think that would kind of, need to be implemented. All right, next one, cavalry. Cavalry stats have been reduced to lower the dominance of cavalry in the battlefield, but this creates the issue of them being weaker to everything rather than mostly spears, pikes, and lances. True. The main problem is ranged troops being a bit too effective against cavalry at the moment. We are testing some solution to remedy this issue in an immediate patch. This I did experience. So for multiplayer, I don't know if maybe I wasn't using cavalry the right way, but on the maps that I was playing, on a majority of the maps, there wasn't. How can I say this? There's a lot of things you can bump into as cavalry, and also since you're on a horse, you're pretty much elevated above everyone else. And if you hit something like a corner and there's an archer really, really far away, they can snipe you so well, because most of the barriers and barricades, you're above them because you're on top of the horse. And since there's so much stuff that you can bump into, you're very slow unless you master how the map and the flow of the map is, right? But yeah, cavalry is not that strong in multiplayer. In my opinion, the strongest class is like a good one-handed with with a shield or an archer class. Archer classes are very, very good as well if you stand all the way in the back. That's just from my experience, but again, I don't have as much experience as everyone else. A lot of people say the shock troop is the best, right? Or maybe that has changed over time, but yeah. What's called infantry are pretty good classes in multiplayer. All right, next one, heavy infantry. We expect the changes mentioned above to make heavy infantry much more relevant, especially against cavalry, and have some other plans to improve their melee ability further. That makes sense. They should be heavy infantry should be good against cavalry. Okay, cool. Skirmishers. There is some concern about skirmishers being too strong this patch. We will closely monitor the situation and make adjustments as required. Okay, before I sound like an idiot, hold on, because listen, last time I sounded like an idiot, and someone called me out for being an idiot. It was that video where they talked about abdication, right? And I said I didn't know what it meant, and some dude left this comment. YouTube automatically clapped him without me even having to do anything. And I guess he called me some weird slur. I don't know what in the world it was. But, like, it's not that serious, guys. Listen, English is not my first language. There are some words that I get confused. There's some words that I can't pronounce. There's a lot of words I can't pronounce. And if you're one of those guys who's just like, oh, it's actually like this, calm down. It's not that serious, all right? Just calm down. All right, so skirmishers. Okay. So they're ranged. Okay. I always get skirmishers and pikemen wrong for some reason. Every single game, especially when I'm playing Age of Empires. Don't ask me why. I just don't know why. But it is what it is. So I guess they're way too strong. Okay. Did they have the throwing weapons? I didn't play any skirmisher class when I played multiplayer. I can't really tell, but yeah, okay. Because we had some recent changes to throwing weapons in terms of multiplayer characters. Or more multiplayer builds. They had a huge nerf in how much javelins they have and certain stuff like that. So maybe that was the adjustments, if I'm not mistaken. Next wave is Captain Mode. So AI effectiveness for all ranged troops has been increased. If the result is not enough following analytics and feedback, we are looking forward to making further changes. We are aware that AI is struggling sometimes with throwing weapons. We are looking into the issue. Slowing down bug is also on a critical level to be fixed. There have been improvements to AI weapon selection, and we are looking forward to your feedback. We are also starting to work on AI abuse fixes. There are further AI improvements planned. They did talk about the abuse fixes in this patch as well, that there's clear abuse like that I'm guessing players use against the AI, which, it is what it is. You gotta use what you gotta use to win, and hopefully it is fixed very, very soon. And got some bugs and obviously problems with throwing weapons. Okay. Then we have balance changes that involve altering numbers or perks are much easier to finalize and hotfix into the live branch, as we have been doing frequently. They have been doing it kind of frequently. I have seen that they have been changing troop values, weapon values, and stuff like that. That is true. However, combat mechanics related changes take longer to implement, test, and finalize, as they affect single player as well. True. This is why we're asking for more of your patience as we sort those out. Okay, makes sense. Let's not forget that this game is still in development, and we will keep listening to the community and making changes until both the players and developers are happy with the result. Feel free to bring up any other issues you want discussed in this thread in a civil manner, of course. Oh, we'll see. I'm not even going to read. Listen. I'm going to keep it a stack with you. I'm not going to read any of this. I've done too many discussion videos today. I've done maybe like 4 or 5 because this might like one day to get some work done. But the amount of people who just entitled and just very unaware of how they sound. I'm not gonna get into it. This isn't the video for it, but listen, some of you guys on the forums, you guys need to calm down. It's not that serious, and at the end of the day, just chill, just relax. All right. But he states, cheers. Also, some server crashes are happening. We are looking into it. Cool. Alrighty. So right now I'm not playing multiplayer as much, so it doesn't completely affect me, but I understand that these are definitely problems and obviously should be fixed as soon as possible. Like I stated, I am going to play once the dual mode comes out. I'm going to play some multiplayer. I'm actually going to show it off to you guys, probably in a video or two, maybe a couple. Then also I'm going to play whenever the ranked mode comes out, because I want to climb the ranks and I want to become, I don't care, top 5, top 10, top 1. I want to do that for sure and bring more attention to the multiplayer. But yeah, I know a lot of people like captain mode, and obviously if you're a multiplayer person and just love multiplayer, I know this is important to you guys, so hopefully the changes do come in a swift manner. But let me know what you guys think. Ask me any questions, any concerns, and like always, stay safe.